Air travel, of course, has been bumpy because of the weather in 2022. We were thinking, okay, let's get a break. But airlines have canceled more than 5,000 flights since the new year began. Joining us right now, Peter Greenberg. Good morning to you, Peter. This is not so fun for people who are trying to head home this particular weekend. But can we expect that after today, things are going to get back to normal?
The answer is a qualified yes. Let me give you some numbers here. Even before the pandemic, it was all about crew scheduling. And when you get to the last 10 days of any month, airlines have always been challenged about getting enough people to fly and operate the planes. Why is that? Because you either have crew members who have flown their minimum number of hours and don't want to fly anymore, or you have the crew members who have flown their maximum number of hours and can't fly anymore. In this particular time, of course, it's the holidays, it's the weather, and it's positive COVID-19 tests, all compounding to create thousands of delays or cancellations every single day. They could not get ahead of it. They tried to do preemptive cancellations. It didn't work. And they're going to have to wait till about Tuesday or Wednesday of this week to try to get back on schedule. That will be helped in no small part by the fact that travel in the first 3 months of 2022 is down. The airlines have been pulling flights off the schedule. They've been basically offering triple pay to some of their workers to come back. By Wednesday of this week, I think we'll see a change for the better, which should last throughout the rest of the month with one qualification. Of course, just as you reported, it's the weather.
Yeah, and you mentioned some airlines tripling their pay for their staff to try to pick up extra shifts. United is doing that for pilots all the way through January 29th. And we have Spirit is doubling their pay for flight attendants at least through tomorrow. How long do you think they will do this with their staff picking up these extra shifts and try to bridge the gap between the people they need to be on the clock and the people who are maybe perhaps, like you said, not wanting to be back on the clock, especially with how stressful it is?
Well, the fact that they're offering it doesn't mean people are coming in. Remember, about a month and a half ago, American Airlines also offered combat pay, if you will, to their pilots, and the union said not interested. Here's a situation where they just may not have the numbers. The key, again, is the fact that we are now entering the first quarter, and travel is going to be down, and that's going to help the airlines get back on track.
You know, Dr. Fauci had made mention of a domestic air travel vaccine mandate. He kind of walked back that statement saying, we're not doing that right now, but has there been any other talk about a domestic travel vaccine mandate?
Oh, there's been talk about it. That's not going away. The problem is who's going to be first? Who wants to take that first shot? Right now, it's all based on the airlines hoping the government will do it. The government won't do it right now because they're in litigation on their other vaccine mandates. And until that's resolved, they're not going to do it. The airlines would love them to do it. We've already seen it happen in Canada and in Australia, and it's working well there.
The CDC, of course, has been talking a lot about pretty much everything. But they issued this advisory about cruise travel, especially watching over 80 ships that had cases of Omicron detected on board. Should people avoid taking a cruise right now? And if they have booked a cruise but now are wary of it, can they get a refund?
Well, let me remind everybody that what the CDC was a recommendation, not a warning in a sense that it's a ban or there's something that you're violating a regulation. They've had level 3 and level 4 warnings on about 95 different countries as well, but it didn't stop people from going if they felt they'd been properly vaccinated, boosted, their own doctor told them they could go, and they were playing by the rules once they got there. What we're seeing in terms of the numbers with the cruise lines right now is they're holding pretty strong because most of the people who are cruising are repeat cruisers. They've done it before. They have a sort of an emotional attachment to their ships. They want to go do it. The new cruisers, not so much. They're on the fence. To answer your question about refunds, the cruise lines had a painful experience, as you can imagine, during the pandemic of not moving fast enough to refund money. They're now doing that. But remember, the key is not whether you cancel the cruise. The key is whether the cruise ship cancels the cruise. If they cancel it, you're in a much better position to get your refund right away.
All right, Peter Greenberg, thanks for all of your fact-checking and tips. We appreciate it. Happy New Year.
Right back at you.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.